Matt, first race of the year, first time trial of the year. So.
Yeah. It's the same for everybody, I think. You know, obviously we did like the Eddie Sowins, and then I did like the Vets Road Race, and then it was no races. So yeah, a bit of a shock to the system, but quite nice to start with a 50 really.
Yeah. And you know this course from doing a 25 on it.
Yeah.
What's it like doing 2 laps of that course?
Today it was really hard because you've got the climb, you know, like to the far turn, and you know, like you just didn't like your smallest sprocket, just running out of gears. And as you get older, that's where you start to lose it. So yeah, I think that's where I'll lose my time today.
And we've got a lot of guys in there, like John Archibald and Emily Weaker, both champions.
Yeah.
In a VTA race. Do you think that's becoming quite the norm?
Yeah, it's just becoming the norm, and I don't blame the guys. You know, like what are these? You know, this is like for John, it's his full-time job. You've got somebody that wants to do the hour record. You know, I believe that he's got to get races in, and this is ultimately all we've got at the moment.
With your coach's head on, time trials must be good for the roadies to learn how to pace an effort.
Absolutely, and that's what, you know, we've been saying to our road guys, like, you know, this is the time when you can learn those breakaway moves, you can learn to control the power a lot more, because a lot of roadies are quite explosive, but they can't sustain like big durations, you know, like a TT, like those big threshold efforts. So yeah, this is a way that everybody can learn. Because if you think of all the negatives, I can't race, then you know that's going to do your head in. Where if you can think of positives and then make progress, then it's good.
And how were your athletes during this year? What with no racing, was it hard to keep them motivated?
It's kind of, as a coach, this is a test to be a coach. You know, ultimately, a lot of them were down to start off with, but then, you know, like I just sat everybody down. We had like this big group Skype meeting, and yeah, we just explained to them that, you know, like we're going to get through this, we're going to make you into stronger athletes, and then we just, you know, we did like a lot of group stuff on Zwift and just kept everybody motivated. And that you've got to gel as a team, do you know what I mean? Like, I've got like 7 coaches, and this was a testament to us and the athletes, you know. So I'm excited.
And what's it going to be like for time trialling? Because road racing, we don't expect to come back this year at all. Not in the way that we know it anyway.
No, and I think it's going to be hard for the next few years. You know, ultimately it could change road racing quite a bit, send it onto the closed circuits. So, you know, it's going to probably be more competitive than ever. You know, like the national championships, and it's exciting in some respects for TT.
And a final one, I think the 25 champs is down this way. Whereabouts is that being held?
I'm thinking it's on this stretch of road somewhere.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, I have entered it, but I kind of don't want to do it. But if my team need me, then I'll be there to support them.
And what's the difference between doing a 50 and a 10 and a 25?
Oh, the training for them is just like, it's so different, you know, like 25, they are crossovers for 25s and 50s. But it's just like a lot of working at like that 90% to 100% of your threshold. You just have to do a lot of big sweet spot blocks, and that and for me, as I've got older, I think realistically I should do like 100-mile time trials because I've got so much top end.
Is that because you mentioned to me in an email that your watch, the watch that you can produce has changed? Is that down to all the workload, or is that down to...
Yeah, I think it's a combination of, you know, like I've done this since I was 12 years of age. I've got an old engine. My head's not the same as what it used to be. And yeah, just a lot more stressing work. You know, like today I think I'll have done like 300 watts, where I used to write, you know, when I was national champion, I used to do this at 355. So it'd be a good testament to see where the boys, how much they put into me.
And what was your goal for today? What was the...
just to try and win the best challenge, you know what I mean? It's going to be between me and Andy Jackson, but you never know. You know, we'll see. Let's do my best. I'm just having fun with it now, there's no pressure.